changing it. I can't believe they always change that. Oh, hello, good morning, this is Johnny B. Facebook changed the little button that you push to start your Facebook Lives. Today it was blue. For the past 2 weeks it's been red. Crazy. Morning, Natalie. How are you? Oh, gotta have my coffee. Good morning. This is Johnny B from South Central PA. It's raining this morning. That's why I'm sitting inside. Welcome. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you guys' support. I'm looking for a few rebels. I'm looking for a few rebels. I'm being serious. Let me act serious. I'm looking for a few rebels. Hey, Liz. Hey, Mark. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm looking for a few rebels. I'm looking for a few rebels. I've repeated that 14 times now. Rebels. I'm looking for a few folks who question the status quo. Folks who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Folks who don't believe everything the medical community is telling us. I'm looking for a few folks who've been failed by mainstream medicine. I'm looking for a few rebels that are sick of taking prescription drugs. I'm looking for a few rebels that recognize the proliferation of prescription drugs in our society. Not everybody recognizes that. I'm looking for a few rebels that do. I'm looking for a few people, rebels, who want more out of life and have the guts to go get it. Good morning, Erica. It's good to see you. Erica's from Switzerland. I think. I got that right, didn't I, Erica? Switzerland? It's afternoon there. Hope you have a beautiful day. I'm looking for rebels, a few rebels, who know the value of hard work and know how to develop discipline. And I'm looking for a few rebels who are not afraid to go against the norm. So, if you fit any of those descriptions, I'm looking for you. Now, am I forming an army? No. Am I wanting to change who you are? No. Am I wanting to sell you something? No. I simply have information that as a rebel, I think we have a lot in common, and I have information that I would love to share with you to see if it resounds. There's a big word that I could use. It's just not coming to my brain, morning brain. If that resounds with you, if you kind of feel any of those things I've talked about, I would love to have a conversation, because I think we need to coordinate ourselves, because I think we can help people. I think we can serve people. Resonate. Mark Crane, my cousin in Tulsa, he just helped me out. The word is resonate. If this resonates with you, how's that, Mark? If this resonates with you, we need to talk. Guys, we have to be a leading force, because if you're a rebel like me, you're just not convinced that we're being told the right stuff. Okay, enough about that. I'm going to introduce you to a guy. I know a little bit about him, but I had my sweet Mrs. Brown print something off so I could have something to go by. There was a dentist more than 60 years ago, a dentist named from Cleveland named Weston A. Price. Decided to embark on a series of unique investigations. And it took 10 years of his life, and then he wrote a book afterwards. The book is called Nutrition and Physical Degeneration. Now keep in mind, this is over 60 years ago. Let me tell you what he did. Weston A. Price, a dentist, was concerned because Many. Hey, Luke, how you doing? Cartmel Cliff, good morning. I'm talking to rebels this morning, so if you're a rebel, stay tuned. I'm looking for you. So, Dr. Weston A. Price, a dentist, over 60 years ago, spent 10 years. And the reason he did, he had a practice, and he continued to see people coming into his dental practice with terrible teeth, terrible degeneration of their teeth. But not only that, they had other health problems that were terrible, and these people were suffering. And the other thing that astounded him and concerned him was that the children that he was seeing in his practice, their teeth were all crowded, their facial structures were a little narrow. He just saw that there was a problem going on, and he was a rebel, and he questioned. He had questions. Why is this happening? Hey, Jason, my buddy, how you doing? So Weston A. Price took 10 years, and this is what he did. He traveled to isolated villages and native peoples all over the world. Isolated Swiss villages, a windswept island off the coast of Scotland. He studied traditional Eskimos, Indian tribes in Canada and the Florida Everglades, South Sea Islanders, Aboriginals in Australia, Maoris in New Zealand, Peruvian and Amazonian Indians, and tribesmen in Africa. And he went and found people that were untouched by modern civilization. At that time, and this was the 1920s, I believe, the camera had just been invented, and he took a camera. And what happened was, he took photographs of these native people, and then took photographs of their teeth, their facial structures. He took notes of their health. And then he studied their nutrition. That's where I'm going today, and you probably could have guessed. There's Skip. Skip's a rebel. Dude, I'm looking for a few rebels. All right, so what Weston A. Price found was that in all of these native tribes, the facial structures were beautiful. In fact, I'm going to get the book that I just mentioned a while ago. He has pictures of these native people, and without question, they have plenty of room in their mouth for all their teeth. They have wide cheekbones and beautiful facial structures. And like I said, he studied what these folks ate because he connected. He was a very spiritual man, and he just had the feeling, a belief that God didn't create us to be broken down. And so he studied these primitive people and what they ate. And his conclusion is as follows. These people ate foods that were natural foods, meat with its fat, organ meats, whole milk products, fish, insects, whole grains, tubers, vegetables, and fruit. Not white sugar, refined flour, and rancid and chemically altered vegetable oils. Those hadn't reached these people yet. So he took samples of this food back to after the 10 year of traveling and taking pictures and documenting the food. He took the samples of the food back and analyzed it. And what he found was that the minerals in these foods were 4 times as great as what we have in our modern diet. The minerals were 4 times as much as the American diet of today. Good morning, Sharon. And hi, Jessica Brown. I miss you. We need to hug. Okay, so the other thing that he discovered is that these native peoples had a traditional way of preparing grains and tubers. Hey, Bo Williams. Dude, but everybody, Bo Williams is a football star when I was in high school, and I looked up to him. He was awesome. Still is awesome. Hey, Wolfgang. Hey, Mike Woods. Good morning, brother, man. That's another good friend of mine. All right, so the traditional people took their whole foods, like grains and tubers, and they prepared them differently than we do. What they did was prepared them in a way that increased the vitamin content and made the minerals more available to their bodies. And they did this by soaking them, like I'm talking about grains and tubers. They would soak them, ferment them, sprout them, or do sour leavening, like for bread, sourdough. Okay? So, the diets of healthy native groups contained at least 10 times more vitamin A and vitamin D than the American diet of his day. And it's even worse today. This was 60 years ago. These vitamins, vitamin A and D, are found only in animal fats, butter, lard, egg yolks, fish oils, and foods with fat-rich cellular membranes like liver and other organ meats, fish, eggs, and shellfish. Okay? So, Weston A. Price is a rebel. And he was a dentist, guys. But he saw something that disturbed him. And he was rebel enough to leave his practice and travel abroad for 10 years studying native peoples that had awesome health. And what did he find? He found that they were eating natural foods, they were eating animal products, of course grass-fed, not grain-fed, but animal products. You deer hunters out there, you're eating good food when you eat your wild deer. I'm telling you. He found that they were processing their grains differently than we do by soaking them, fermenting them. Letting the natural fermentation process increase the nutrients. Okay, I find this guy so fascinating, and if you'd like to learn more, I'm gonna study some more about him. I actually have a book called Traditional. Oh my goodness, my brain. Nourishing Traditions. It's written by Sally Fallon Morell. She's a doctor, and what she's done is has a book that has a lot of recipes about how our ancestors and these native peoples processed their food and used their food. And I really think there's something to it, guys. If you're a rebel like me and you're sick and tired of letting doctors, not that doctors are terrible, I love doctors. They can diagnose problems so well. What they don't do very well is help us prevent illness. And I believe with big pharmacy, it's all about money. And with food, processed foods on the store shelves, it's easy to buy, full of sugar, full of chemicals, it's processed. That's all about money. If we could get back to a natural diet, I think our health would improve. Now, you know me, I say it every day, take the best vitamins you can find. Let me tell you why I say that every day. If you're like me, you're middle-aged, we don't have time to mess around to let our bodies heal from all the junk we put in there. And so what I've found and experienced now for almost 2 years is the highest quality nutrients that I'm putting in my body that has helped me become much more healthy, much more quickly. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. If you're interested in any information, look, I'm not going to push it down your throat, but I found some really high quality pharmaceutical grade, which means it's the highest, purest nutrients you can put in your body that will help jumpstart your health while you transition to a more natural diet. That's what I promote. I'm looking for a few rebels that can understand that and get on board with me, because I think we can change a lot of people's lives. I really do, guys. Our society needs help in the health area. Look at our insurance costs, look at our medical costs, and then take a minute and think about how much money we're giving to our pharmaceutical companies. Look, they're running ads now on TV. In the old days, they didn't do that. They're making tons of money. And once their patent goes away for a certain drug, they'll reinvent it and change one little atom or one little molecule in the compound and reinvent it. And you can do your own studies, but there's people that die all the time from medication. All right? I don't think doctors intend for this to happen. I think we're just lazy and let it happen because we're a one pill fix all society. I'm looking for rebels that are done with that. I'm looking for rebels that are willing to spend a little money on your health in a wholesome way, based on evidence and based on what God gives you in your brain that's right. So anyway, now I'm getting on a soapbox. Look, my health in the last 2 years has been incredibly increased. I would love a few rebels to join me, get healthy and feel life like you've never felt before. And let's go out and help other rebels that are lost and that need some help. We don't have to be 55, 65, 75, 85 and not be able to walk and losing our brains where we can't remember our family. I refuse. I'm going to go down fighting. I'm looking for a few people that'll go down fighting with me. Hey, if you're interested, PM me. Let's talk. Let's get this started. And as always, look, I love you guys, or I wouldn't do this, but I want you to dream big. When you're sick, it's hard to dream big, and it's hard to go after your dreams. So let's work on our health so that we can dream big, and we can work hard, and we can love large. Eat really good whole foods, guys. Take awesome vitamins. I've found what I think is a company that makes the most incredible products. No one knows about it in the U.S. The Europeans caught on 20 some odd years ago to this company out of Arkansas, and they are on fire. They love this company because of the quality. And Europeans are sticklers about quality. Because they know what's good for their bodies. We got to catch on here. We got to help our own people, and I'm looking for a few rebels that's going to help me. So take great vitamins and be your best self now, because you know we really don't know if we have tomorrow. So love somebody today and be your best self. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I've got a song I'm working on, and I'll see you bright and early. All right. Have a great day. Bye.